really puts the defense in conflict because we've got a jet motion that really tests their eye discipline. And when Brock got out on the edge, he didn't even need to pass it. It was wide open. He was able to go in the end zone. And that was a really cool moment for our team. As a head coach, you're excited about scoring, but you know that, hey, we still got to go execute a few plays here. Let's not act like the game's over.
Big win over Toledo. A lot more big games coming up. We're going to hear from a couple of your guys here in a minute. Brock Lowry and Raheem Anderson, who is now your starting center. Unfortunately, Jeremy Schleicher went down with an injury. Raheem was here, transferred from Michigan, got his opportunity, and he's running with it.
Yeah, Brock Lowry and Raheem are both great teammates, great Broncos, but they're great people. They're great human beings. And who they are on the inside is way better than even who they are. And they're great people on the outside, and they're great players for us. I'm thankful to have both of them. We're lucky to have them as Broncos, and they've made big plays for us. Both these guys were our grit players of the week on offense. Raheem stepped into the starting center role, and I pointed this out to the team. I mean, Raheem was a transfer from Michigan, and he came here to play. The reason he was transferring from Michigan, he wanted an opportunity to go play and start somewhere, and he came here with every intention to start. We had a competition there, and at the beginning of the season, he wasn't the starting center. But all he did was focus on what he could control. He never got disappointed. He never said, woe is me, became the victim mentality. He just worked and prepared for his opportunity, and he was ready when his number was called, and he played excellent. He graded out the best out of everybody on the O-line. Played an excellent game for us, and really was a key piece of us, scoring those points and being able to win that game. So proud of him, and that's not human nature to be able to put aside your selfish wants and desires or what you want came here for the team. But he did that, and he was ready for his moment.
Those are some of the things you're looking for when you bring some of these transfers in, when you bring them all in. Coach, I think you're the only team in the nation that has two national champions on your roster from two different programs. Last week we had Sefa Saipaia, who won a natty at Ferris, and Raheem Anderson won a national championship in Michigan. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, I tell you, we're fortunate to have those guys, and that's one of the qualities that we look for as we're recruiting players. Yes, we want great players, and they have to match what we're looking for from a position profile standpoint. But for me, it's about character, it's about heart, and you also want winners. And those guys are winners. We actually have four national championship guys. We got three transfers.
That's true. That's right. I forgot about those other two guys.
Yeah, so we've got four, but we're fortunate to have all of them, and all of them have played well for us, and they've made big plays, and that's what winners do. Winners win. They find ways to win, and we're creating a winning and championship culture here and a standard that we want to live by. And it picks up this week as we reset and refocus for Rhode Island.
Brock Lowry made his first start, and Coach, I want to go back to this summer. It was August. It was hot as blazes out, and you were scheduling an evening scrimmage over at Waldo Stadium, and I wanted to get out and see the team. It was getting close to the season opener, and guys were warming up, working out, and the quarterbacks all had yellow shirts on, which they always do in practice because that means you don't hit these guys. But number 12 was wearing his regular white jersey. And I thought, I wonder if he moved over to running back or tight end or something. No, he didn't want to wear a yellow jersey. He wanted to go live in a scrimmage, and that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, I think the couple of things that I love about Brock is he is a competitor to his core. He wants to win and compete at everything that he does, and he's tough. The toughness shows he exemplifies grit in everything that he does. Even in our off-season workouts, he's in the weight room and he wants to be first every time we have a conditioning drill or mat drill. And those things show up. You're not just competitive on Saturday. You're either competitive or you're not. It's who you are at your core and who you are at your being. That's who he is. He's been a great leader, and he did. He came to me. We had a quarterback battle going on, and he said, Coach, I'd like to be live. I don't want to be in a yellow jersey, non-contact for a scrimmage. I know what my strengths are, and I want to be able to show you so that you can make the best decision for this team on who the starting quarterback was. And I didn't know if I wanted to do that or not that close to the season. And, I thought about it overnight. And I said, you know what? It's only fair to give him that opportunity if I'm going to make this decision, make the right decision for our team. And so we did that. And I think that day in that scrimmage, he earned a lot of trust from his teammates and showed his toughness and competitiveness by how he played, and that he was willing to go out there and had enough grit, wanted to put the pads on and hit.
All right, he's led you to a great victory over Toledo on Saturday. Now you get an FCS opponent in here, and Coach, this isn't just your normal FCS team. You got North Dakota State, you got South Dakota State, you got the Montanas, and you got Rhode Island. The top teams in the FCS. Rhode Island's undefeated. They're 6th in the nation. They got a Division I Power 4 transfer from Virginia Tech leading their offense, Devin Farrell at quarterback, and they got a running back named Littleton who played at Maryland and Temple. These guys are good.
Rhode Island is a really good football team. You just mentioned that they're top 10. You know, they're number 6 in the FCS. They're 4-0. They won their conference last year and went to the playoffs for the first time ever, winning the conference. They won a playoff game. They've won a lot of games over the last 2 years. They're well coached. And the thing that really stuck out to me and really impressed me as I watched the film, yes, they're talented, but they play fast and physical with violent intentions. I mean, they play the game hard and how you want. Like, you love to see that passion come out when you're on the field. And I think that they bring that. They're well coached. They've got playmakers. You mentioned the quarterback Devin Farrell. He is a dynamic player. He is electric with the ball in his hands, run game and pass game, and he really is a point guard that distributes the ball to their playmakers on the perimeter. He does a great job there. You also mentioned their running back. I really like their running back, Littleton. I think he runs, hard. He's a strong runner. He creates those yards after contact. This is a great opportunity for us to reset and refocus, to go 1-0, and really, we know what the formula is. We know what our process to success is. We've seen it. We saw it last week. We have to practice well and go 1-0 each day with the mentality to go 1-0 each week. No matter who the opponent is, no matter who it is, it has to be to our standard. We have to practice well if we want to play well, and that's really my challenge to our team and to our coaches and staff. Can we do that consistently and continue to show up no matter who you play, where you play, when you play?
Yeah, and it'll be an event on Saturday, Communiversity night, 6:30 kick against Rhode Island. You got all the tailgating going on, the corporate tents. Appreciate all up and inviting their guests to be a part of Western Michigan football. And, of course, halftime fireworks. You don't get to see the fireworks show, Coach. You're pretty busy in there, but it's pretty impressive.
I don't. I got to see fireworks in the Toledo game in the fourth quarter there when we scored a 2-point, but, we created those fireworks. But no, Com University is such a special event for, not only our university, but also our community. It brings local business owners together, brings the community and Bronco Nation. It's a special time. I know Waldo will be rocking, just like it always is. It's great. It was an electric atmosphere. I want to thank all the fans that stayed throughout that whole game, stayed for the full 60 minutes, and we gave them their money's worth in the Toledo game. We want to continue to make them proud in how we show up this week and how we prepare and play.
Coach, congrats on a big win over Toledo. Good luck this week against Rhode Island. We'll see you here next Monday, all right?
Thanks, Robin. Go Broncos.
Lance Taylor, head coach of the Bronco football team. We're going to take a break. We'll come back, and we're going to talk with 2 student athletes who had a key role in Saturday's win over the Rockets. We'll talk with quarterback Brock Lowry and center Raheem Anderson. Now time out on the Bronco Coaches Show.
How far do you have to go to find a great deal on a new Ford SUV?
Not too far.
How about a new Ford F-150?
Not too far.
How about for basic maintenance and service?
Not too far at all. With Dorrance Ford's mobile service, we'll come to you.
Nice.
Now's the time to buy because we're making room for the 2025 Fords and moving out the 24s. Come in now for the best selection. Dorrance Ford is proud to support Bronco Athletics. Shop Dorrance Ford.
Not too far for your next car.
When a city has an airport, amazing things are possible. When you fly local, it allows airlines to add more flights, more options, more destinations. The choices you make today help shape your airport now and in the future. So when a city has an airport, we're more connected than ever before. Fly local. Fly AZL.
The wait is over. The all-new Gun Lake Casino Resort is now open.
Robin Hook back with you. We're at Burdick's downtown Kalamazoo in the Radisson Plaza Hotel. The new Burdick's has opened up, so come on down and enjoy some great food here at Burdick's. They've got duck pin bowling. They've got big screen TVs everywhere. And, of course, a great menu, drinks and beverages, anything you want down here at Burdick's. So make sure you plan an evening to come down to Burdick's. Why not make it a Monday night? Because we're here at 6:30 every Monday talking Western Michigan football through the fall. And we're joined now by two student athletes who played a key role in Saturday's win over Toledo, 14-13 victory over the preseason favorites. We have Brock Lowry with us and center Raheem Anderson. Let's start with Brock, who scored all 14 Bronco points. Did you realize that when you went in the locker room and sang the fight song that you scored all the points?
No, it doesn't really cross my mind when I'm playing. I just realized we won the game, and I was just happy about that.
Brock scored a touchdown in the third quarter that got the Broncos on the board after a beautiful pass play down the middle to Blake Bosma that set up that scoring opportunity. How about Bos, man? You get it in his zip code, he's going to catch it.
Yeah, that's what Bosma does, man. I mean, it's just a testament to his work in the offseason. He's always on the juggling machine. I mean, he's always catching balls, and that's why I trust Bos so much when it comes down to those type of plays.
You got down there in the red zone, and then Coach Bell called your number. Tell us about that first touchdown. You ducked it inside the pylon there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was just all Balin Brooks right there just blocking for me. It was a broken play. Just ran across the edge, and, I wouldn't have gotten the end zone without Balin Brooks just giving his body up and, blocking for me. So that's it to him.
How about those wideouts, man? Who said they can't play physical? Those wideouts go out there and block, and sometimes they're blocking bigger people, linebackers and safeties, DNs.
Yeah, those guys, man, I love them all. They'll do whatever they can for us to win the game. I mean, it doesn't matter how many catches they have, how many yards they have. They just want us to win. I mean, that's a testament to that whole room.
Still trailed by 7, 13-6 after your touchdown. The point after was unsuccessful, but still only down one score. And how about your Bronco defense, Brock? My goodness, they were amazing on Saturday. Turning the ball over for you guys, getting stops when they had, short fields working against them. They were incredible.
Yeah, those guys played great. I mean, they had our back all game, and, it really gave me and Raheem, the whole offense, some confidence to go out there and just play, After every drive, it was 3 and out, we have Tate coming up to me, and those leaders on defense saying, we got your back. And, when you have guys like that who could just give you confidence, it's a lot easier.
Now, that was your first full game as a quarterback since you've been here at Western Michigan after transferring from Indiana. How do you think it went?
We won the game. That's all you can ask for. Doesn't matter, you won by 1 point or 50 points. Yeah, we won the game, and that's the best outcome you can get.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was certainly in doubt there in the fourth quarter when clock's ticking down. You need a touchdown to win the game, or at least tie the game. And folks, it's 4th and 10. I mean, it is 4th and 10 with just over a minute to go. And wow, we need a play. And you got one. You threw one down the middle to Talik Williams, who I thought was going to take it to the house.
Yeah, Talik's been making plays like that all summer. And I mean, every day in practice, we get put in adverse situations, and Talik, he's really stepped up. And, do we think he should have scored on that play? Yes, but he made the play. He did his thing. I just threw it to the wide open guy, and he did the rest.
Well, then you get it down inside the 5, and that's Brock Lowry territory. You scored a bunch of touchdowns last year in your first year as a Bronco, coming in, backing up Hayden Wolf in that run-pass option that they give you, and that's what Coach Bell called there for the touchdown. Talk about that play that scored the touchdown in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's just a naked boot, roll out right, the run-pass option, and once I saw I could get the edge, I just took it. Mike Brescia gave a key block on that play for me to get around the edge, and I just took it.
Mike Brescia is a transfer quarterback number 2, or transfer. Well, he was a quarterback, mostly tight end though at Colgate. So you even have a play in there where he throws the football, but just assume we not use that one anymore. But anyway, he made a big block for you, ducked it inside the pylon, and then you guys knew you were going for 2 because Coach already told you we were going for 2.
Coach already told us, yeah. You know, when we were coming off that field, he was kind of questionable, and he looked at the offense, and, you know, he only saw confidence with us. And, you know, they asked what play we wanted to run, and picked my favorite out of it. Happened to be one of the same plays we scored the touchdown on, you know, same thing, man-to-man defense. Once I saw that edge was clear, just ran across, made it real easy.
Yeah, I didn't see any Toledo guys in the picture. I mean, there's a photo up on the website. There are no Toledo players anywhere near you.
No, like I said, it was a great play call by Coach Bell. You know, me and him communicate really well about like what plays I like, which ones I don't, and you know, right when that 2-point play happened, you know, he asked me like what play I wanted to run that one. Did a lot in practice, and you know, worked out.
Brock Lowry and Coach Bell had a little history before Western Michigan. You were together there in Indiana, and you kind of followed him over here. Is that how that worked out?
Yeah. Coach Bell recruited me out of high school. I remember him coming to watch me throw at Canfield High School, and you know, he was a big reason why I committed to Indiana. And then once he and that staff got fired from Indiana, you know, it kind of just made it easy for me to just come to Western, you know, fit into the offense.
All right, you learned behind Hayden Wolf, an experienced quarterback in his own right, and then you were able to come in and run a few plays down there, short yardage in particular, goal line situations, and then you had an opportunity to compete for that starting job, and you and Brady Jones had quite a battle there in camp and even early in the season, and now Coach has called on you, and Brady's going to get better as he grows up within the system, as you have, and now you're in a situation where you're 1-0 in the Mid-American Conference.
Yeah, you know, me and Brady, we compete a lot all summer long, you know, and he's one of my best friends on this team, you know. If anything, he really helped me just with competing, you know. When you have 2 guys that are competing for a job, it just really heightens the level of competition. I think it just made our whole team better with that.
Well, this guy right here threw for close to 5,000 yards and 40 touchdown passes in high school at Canfield. Won a state championship, too, huh? Winning a state title in Ohio, that's a big deal.
Yeah, that's the best way to go out. I mean, senior season, going 14-1, win the state championship in Ohio is just such a big win for our program. First state championship in Canfield High School history. You know, I'm still very proud of that to this day.
All right, and in mid-season here, early you had to make a change with your center, although you've been playing a lot with Raheem Anderson in practice because Brady was taking the number 1 snaps a lot with Jeremy Schleicher, and you were with Raheem for a good share of camp, huh?
Yeah, me and Raheem have a good connection now. Ever since he came in the spring, we've been working together, and, you know, right when Jeremy got hurt, Raheem stepped up, and then, you know, he didn't miss a beat, so it's made it a lot easier. I've been with him all summer long, and we've built that connection since the spring.
All right, hand that mic over to Raheem Anderson. Let's talk with the Cass Tech alum and a University of Michigan alum. He's going to get a master's degree from Western Michigan studying sport management. And Raheem, you got a natty in your back pocket. How was that in 2023?
It was unbelievable. It was an experience like no other. Just being in that atmosphere, being with those fans, being with the guys, and all the work we had to put in that season to put it play out like that was good.
You played at Michigan and then wanted a little bit more of an opportunity. You sought a new destination, and there's some familiarity within the family with your family in Western Michigan, huh?
Yeah, so my mom graduated from Western. I have plenty of aunties, uncles, cousins that go here, that went here. So it was kind of a seamless transition. It was honestly a no-brainer for me.
So you get on the phone, you're talking with Coach Taylor, and what was that conversation like?
You know, I just took my visit here. Coach Taylor, he was a good guy. Thought it was just the best opportunity for myself and my family, and I thought it was home.
Well, you're in a battle for that starting center job with a young player in Jeremy Schleicher, who's been here for a couple years. And Jeremy wanted out of camp, but he was injured in the Illinois game. And you came on, played, and then got to start this week. I know you feel bad for Jeremy, and we wish him the best as he recovers from his injury. But this is your opportunity. It's next man up, and you've embraced it.
Yeah, I think it's just a testament to preparation and my coaches being able to believe in me, knowing that they had the confidence in myself, and my teammates having confidence in myself as well, and let it be my draft pick.
All right, you're in this game on Saturday against Toledo, and it's Brock's first start. Tell me about Brock and what he's like to work with out there on the field as the game is unfolding.
I love Brock. It's just like, it's like having two running backs back there. It's like you don't know if he's going to pass it, run it. He's just like a jack of all trades, and it's great to have like the defense kind of on their toes every time, and you just want to block this guy every time.
How does that affect your game and the rest of the offensive line when you're not quite sure what he's going to do with the football? Is he going to keep it? Is he going to give it to Devin, or is he going to give it to Jalen, or is he going to throw it to Bosma? I mean, is it okay with you that you don't know what he's going to do, or how does that all come down?
It's totally fine with me. I have confidence in all my teammates, especially Brock, to make plays out there.
Right, and I guess your role is just to knock down the guy in front of you, huh? Well, I'll tell you what, it was a tremendous victory over Toledo, and I know those games, they're so hard fought, especially down there in the trenches. I could never be a football player down there. I couldn't do that. You guys you're just hitting people like every snap. You're making contact with another big guy.
Yeah, I've been doing this since I was 7 years old. It's like clockwork. It's like muscle memory now. I love to do it.
All right, and now to Cass Tech. Cass Tech puts out as many college football players as anybody in the state of Michigan and maybe in the Midwest.
Yeah, it's just a good culture, just great tradition there, great history of guys making it to the league, guys making it to college. And it's great to see they just got the dub this past week against our city rivalry, so that was great to see that as well.
All right, way to go, Cass Tech. Back to that Toledo game, Raheem. I mean, it's 4th and 10. It's 4th and 10, fourth quarter, minute to go. You guys need a first down or the game is over. What was the huddle like there? What was going on?
I mean, it was opportunity for the game. It was really Coach Bell had a play drawn up for us. It was up to us to go out and execute. And we did that, and we were able to go.
Talik made the catch. You're down there at the 5, and then I don't think there was any doubt the Broncos were going to score there after you got it down to the 5-yard line because you got number 12 and number 6.
I mean, all the preparation that we put in the winter and the summer just paid off right there in that moment.
Okay, he scores the touchdown. You're pretty happy, but then you go for 2, and you guys knew that because Coach had told you you're going for 2. Was there any doubt he would change his mind?
There was no doubt. I appreciate Coach for believing in us and being able to come out and go.
And you snapped that ball back to Brock. I mean, could you see him go into the end zone? I mean, there wasn't any Toledo guys anywhere.
I mean, I was just focused on doing my job at the moment, and I heard the crowd, and it was just fireworks from there.
That was amazing. What was the locker room like after that one, Raheem?
It was really like a party in the locker room. It was like a long 5-minute party. We played like 2-3 songs, waiting for Coach to be there, just dancing, being happy. We got in there, gave us our speech, and it was, 24-hour rule, focus on Rhode Island.
All right, you got a good team coming in here. Rhode Island, they're pretty good now. They're 4-0. Their defense, they only give up about 300 yards a game. Teams are only scoring 12 points a game. But I think you guys are starting to believe. I know you believed even before you won because you stayed together despite those 3 losses against maybe the 3 best teams you'll play. But I think this team has a chance to be special.
Yeah, Rhode Island's coming here. We got a lot of respect for those guys. Obviously, they're ranked in the FCS, and it's going to be a challenge this week. Prepare like any other week.
Raheem Anderson and Brock Lowry, 2 key members of the Western Michigan offense, helped the Broncos defeat the Toledo Rockets Saturday. and they're all alone in first place in the Mid-American Conference at 1-0, and we'll see if they can keep it going on Saturday. That's a 6:30 kick at Waldo Stadium. If you're involved in the Communiversity tents, enjoy the party, then get over to the stadium and watch the Broncos take on Rhode Island. Halftime fireworks. It'll be a great show, as it always is. And if you can't be on hand, join us on the radio at 106.5 Jack FM starting at 6 o'clock. And we'll be here next week, 6:30, to recap the Rhode Island game and look ahead to the next opponent as the Broncos travel east to take on MAC newcomer UMass. For Brock Lowry, for Raheem Anderson, for Coach Taylor, for the entire staff here at Burdick's and our Bronco Productions team, I'm Robin Hook. Thanks for watching. See you next week on the Bronco Coaches Show.